Hey, my name is Joe and I shot medium format film that expired over 40 years ago. The Kodak Ektachrome 400 is a color positive film which was discontinued around 10 to 15 years ago. Unfortunately, I couldn't find much information about this film. All I know is that there are some variations of the Ektachrome 400, like the Ektachrome 400X or the Ektachrome Penta 400. And I think I just got the base version of it. But if you got more information about this film stock, please let me know in the comments. But enough of this, let's get back to my roll of the Ektachrome 400. I bought 3 rolls of it from eBay Kleinanzeigen, which is basically the German version of Craigslist. According to the seller, it was found in a freezer at an apartment clearance, so it still had hope that it would be usable, even though it expired in June 1981, which is over 40 years ago. But how do you shoot such an expired film, you might ask? I had no idea, so I did some research. I guess some of you guys know the rule of thumb of overexposing your expired film by 1 stop per decade. Well, according to an article I found online, that is wrong. At least when it comes to slide film. So the article basically says you should shoot your slide film at box speed no matter when it expired, or you won't get any results at all. That's the case because of the E6 development process. I am absolutely no expert when it comes to those topics, so I just trust this article because it has some fancy words in it I've never heard of. But I will link it down below in case you want to check it out on your own. Enough of boring specs, but before we dive into the shooting process, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you so much. For testing this film, I decided to use my Pentax 645 with the 55mm lens. So it all started with me loading the film completely wrong into my Pentax bag, like an idiot who never used a camera before. Eventually I realized my mistake and corrected it off camera. After stopping by at Fotopresto, a huge store for analog film equipment, I was ready to shoot the roll of Ektachrome. For my first shot, I decided to test out different exposures. So I shot the first frame at box speed, then I overexposed by 1 and then by 2 stops. So I might see some difference once it developed. Okay, but enough of talking. Did I get any results? So I just got my film back and I'm just curious to see if it's good or if it's not good. So just take a look. I developed 2 E6 films, 2 rolls of slide film, and both of them I shot in Munich, so I'm just curious. One of them is there's a note that says that the film is quite expired and there might be some color shifts and stuff, so I'm curious which one it is. So maybe let's start with the bad one. Okay, so let's take out the first stripe. Oh yeah, I see, it's the other one, the tungsten film. But honestly, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. I can see stuff and it's not too that bad. Yeah, great, nice. Okay, I'm gonna scan it when I'm home. But no, I'm just gonna take a look at the Kodak Ektachrome 400. Okay, that's one of the first shots. And yeah, oh nice. Yeah, I can see it. It got like a bluish tint to it, but maybe that's just the film stock. But yeah, it's not too bad. Great, perfect. So as you could see, I got some results from this 40 years expired slide film. And I'm just gonna show you the scanned results and I'm just gonna give you my opinion on those afterwards. but be aware that I had to remove some quite bluish color cast in Lightroom. But I will talk a bit on that a little bit later.
Maybe a glow.
As I told you earlier, I had to remove this like bluish color cast in Lightroom, but that was quite easy. I just had to use the film border and just do the white balance there, and I was good. I was good to go, so it wasn't too bad. And then I just cranked the contrast a little bit up and just the highlights and gave a little bit more vibrance, and basically that's it. So when it comes to details, it's quite grainy, what I honestly expected. I mean, it's 400 ISO film that expired 40 years, so I didn't expect any small grained slide film, but I think it's okay. I like the look, and it just looks nostalgic, and overall the colors are great too. I just like the results. I mean, it's nothing you would use for any portfolio work or anything like weddings or whatever, but just to take some memory photos and stuff, it's great. Honestly, I like it. So, since you just saw the results, what do you think of them? In my opinion, those aren't too bad. I mean, the contrast is pretty low, and of course the bluish color cast is quite annoying, but otherwise, I mean, I had to adjust the contrast and the saturation and of course remove the color cast, but yeah, it's not too bad at all. And yeah, I mean, it's not too sharp. It got a lot of grain, which I expected. I mean, it's like 40 years expired, so I wouldn't expect like small beautiful grain slide film. That's nothing you could expect from such a film, but in my opinion, it's quite usable. And I mean, I'm lucky that I have just 2 rolls of them left in my freezer, and I'm looking forward shooting those 2 rolls. So I will keep them for special occasions. So that's it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And yeah, we will see you again in the next video. Have a good one.